All right, guys and gals, welcome to today's project. Here we are again with our 283 motor for our 1981 Chevy El Camino Karman. What are we doing today? We're getting this motor cleaned up. We're getting everything prepped and ready. We got the cam in today. We're going to get that installed. We might even get the car in here and start getting the parts we need to complete this motor pulled off the car so we can get this baby dropped in. So what are we going to do now? We're going to take our little die grinder, and we got one of these surfacing pads, okay? Now they make these in a couple different kinds. You gotta watch, the color determines what it's for. The brown ones are for cast, the blue ones or greenish colored ones are for your aluminum. Alright, guys and gals, believe what a hard life these shop dogs live. 5-gallon bucket full of toys. Alright, so there we got that ground down. Got that all cleaned up, surfaces all cleaned up. Now you'll notice I put paper towels in here, shop towels. You want to keep as much of that dust and dirt out of there as humanly possible. Got our front cleaned up, everything ready. Got our water pump cleaned up, ready. Got our helpers in here today, Feeny, Morty, and the Moose. Alright, we're going to get our parts gathered up. We're going to clean up this paper towel stuff, get our cam pulled out. We'll let you guys see what cam we're going to put in this baby. We'll click you back on when we're ready. Alright, guys and gals, here we go. Let's get this baby opened up. My little chicken spur here. What do we got? Whoa. Come in 2 boxes. So we got our lifters. Let's sit them aside. Let's pull this cam out of here. For the love of hot rods, where's my sticker? Maybe it's in the box. Alright, so here's what we got here. Show you guys this thing. Focus. Alright. We got our thumper cam in. It says there, duration 279 in the intake. 297 on the exhaust. Lobe separation 107. It's a 478, 465. This thing, I've used this in a couple little motors I've put together. And let me tell you something, this thing makes great vacuum and sounds like a Pro Stock motor. They are awesome. I love them. Drivability, 10 out of 10. So that's what we're going to go with. We want the attitude, not so much the operations of a crazy cam. Let's get this thing ripped out of the box here. Let's see what we got. All right, sweet. Comes with the cam assembly lube. Comes with our cam card. You guys and gals are familiar with the 1971 Chevelle, the Crown Jewel. It's got the same exact cam in it. Yeah, this is a go-to for me. I really like the way these sound and perform. They are nice. All right. Got packed in there pretty nice, a little protected. Not bad. Is there not a sticker? Are you serious? Guys and gals, we need to get on these manufacturers about giving us some stickers. We deserve them. How else am I going to decorate my garage? All right, guys and gals. I'm going to start by getting my cam lube. I didn't want all that on there, but hey, it's a start. I like to take this and put this on real good on the gear for the distributor. Last thing you want is a dry start when you're doing this. Now we'll put this motor together. We'll adjust our valves, we'll put our rockers on, push rods, all that good stuff. And I actually have an old Chevy distributor. And a lot of you guys and gals have been around a while. You'll know what I'm talking about. I ground it down so that I can actually prime my oil system before I even start the motor. But we're still going to be very liberal with our lube here. It's going to protect our cam as we break it in. Now this is a hydraulic cam. I didn't want to go with a solid lifter cam. Like I said, this is a street car, so the least amount of maintenance and issues that are going to come up, the better for me. So we're going to take our time here. Be very careful not to nick our cam bearings as we're putting this in. Now I got my next set in. Because this cam will go through a break-in procedure once we get it in the car and get it fired up. We'll run this cam in. That way the lifters and the cam get to be matched to themselves. And they'll be good to go after that. So we're going to continue to gently put this in. There we go. We got that all put in. Now I can breathe. Put the rest of that assembly lube on front of me here. Okay. All right, guys and gals. Our next step, what we're going to do, we're going to take our lifters, slide each one of our lifters in, and get ready to move on to our next step. All right, guys and gals, now we're up top. Let's get our lifters out. So what I like to do is coat the lifter itself as well, just to give us the best chance for a break-in. And just drop them right in. At this point in time, I like to pay attention to make sure all my lifters easily slide in and out. You know, just a little insurance to make sure you don't have any issues. Better to catch them now than down the road when it's too late. Boom. Chicken. Now, a lot of you guys and gals will remember back in the day, they used to tell you, and some of you guys and gals might even still do it, to pre-soak your hydraulic lifters. Okay, I've done it both ways, and I found over the years there's a real simple equation to getting these hydraulic lifters adjusted, and it's best to do it when they have no hydraulic fluid in them. Hydraulic fluid being oil. So we'll get them to zero lash, get them all adjusted, even. And they'll be set, and we won't ever have to mess with them again. Theoretically. Guys and gals, got our lifters in this baby. So what can we do next? I'll tell you what we're going to do next. We are going to get this guy at the top dead center. If you guys and gals have been with me for a while, you'll know what's coming next as far as timing. We're going to put a double roller on this, a single roller, maybe a adjustable belt. Absolutely not. We're going to put us, oh yeah, baby, gear drive. I love these things. I put these in every single motor I build. Never had an issue. So we're going to go ahead here, get this all pulled out, read our instructions, get this baby installed. We'll click you back on when we're ready. All right, guys and gals, here we go. So I got my motor up here on top dead center. Let's get ready to install this bottom gear. Now what you want to pay attention to, okay, this one side is chamfered, okay, the other side has your timing marks on it. Now this is a good indicator for you here. This is going to let you know you're either top dead center or 180 out. So when we put our top gear on, we're going to line these two dots up. Now you want to be real mindful when you're installing these not to bang on the gear. So find you a socket or a piece of pipe that fits that hub. You hear that difference in sound? That's installed. It has a whole another ting to it. I lubed that up before I put that on there. Cam assembly lube. Alright. We're going to get our other little bottle out. We're going to be liberal with that stuff there as well. So next part we're going to put on, it's called a thrust bearing. Now, I'll show you this. This is our top gear. Alright, and as you see, it has a little raised portion there. This little thrust bearing sits right in that groove, okay? That's going to go against our block here. That's going to allow all this to line up. So it says to lube this. with engine oil. I'm just going to go ahead and use this assembly lube. Get this lubed up good. That way we don't have any dry start issues. We don't want that. Definitely don't want that. Alright. So that's that part. That sits there. Go ahead and lube this up where it's going to sit. Guys and gals, I don't know if it's the era I grew up in, but man, there ain't nothing like an old Pete Jackson gear drive coming down the road at you. They just sound menacing. Been something that's been burned into my brain for as long as I can remember. Now, with this here gear set, okay, now I know my piston's at top dead center. Alright, so we're going to have to line this up here. And this is one of those that have actual, where you can put the shims in to adjust your cam timing and everything. We're just going to put ours in at 0. As soon as I find where it's at. Yeah, right. Right. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you see how this is, there's a locating pin for your timing gear. You see how that's loose right now? What they have here is a bunch of different shims. Okay, I don't know. Let me see if I can get you in here to show you this. Alright. So they have ones that are perfectly centered. Okay. And then they got ones that are drilled for advancement. Advanced or retard. I think it's up to 8 degrees. So you want to be real mindful if yours is like that. To find the one that you want. We're putting a 0 in this baby. That way all this stuff lines up. You don't have an issue down the road. Just line all that up and I'll off it. There we go. This can go in there. Now you can see we got that pressed in there. We're going to lube this up good and make sure there's no issues when we go to start this baby. So let's put this retaining plate on. What this is going to do is once we get everything lined up the way we want it, make sure everything's good to go, we'll be able to torque these bolts down. Instructions say 20 foot-pounds. Bend the tabs over. And that baby will be done. Alright. So now you got your bolts started in there. Now it says lube this real good with motor oil, but like I said, we're going to use our assembly lube. Same thing on this one. Okay, now per instructions, says that this big gear needs to be on the passenger side. Okay? And it has a little standoff here that's going to keep it off the block and keep it all aligned. So you're going to want to go through here. Oh, I almost messed up. Line my dots up. There we go. Our timing's right. You might have to fiddle with it till it falls into place for you. Now it says once you install this, okay, Okay, that's lined up. That's lined up. Once you install this, this has to be meshed. And this has to have vertical movement. Keep it from friction, burning it up. All right. All right, guys and gals. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a little aggravating. Okay, full disclosure, I've never used one of these with the adjustable timing advance and everything built into the actual sprocket. Yeah, that thing. So I had to go back and double check myself just to make sure. Now, I have the thrust washer in here for the front. Your time chain is going to go against here. That's going to keep everything, your cam and everything in sync. There's a bushing behind this. Now we got everything torqued down. 20 foot-pounds, what it recommended. Now we're going to take our little safety tabs here, bend them over, just to make extra certain. And what that's supposed to do is prevent these bolts from ever backing out. Like a little safety wire deal. And you'll notice, guys and gals, with this in here, this has the proper adjustment in it that they're asking to be in there. We got everything lined up. Boop, boop. Dot to dot. So we'll get these tabs bent over, and that'll take care of this part of the motor. We'll click it back on when we're ready. All right, guys and gals, let's roll this baby over just to make sure we're in good shape. Moving around all good? You guys and gals see that? Sweet. Maybe not. That's what they want. They want the slop in the left side. Now, your cover and everything will hold all this together, okay? That's what this button's for. That's what these two provisions are for. And you'll notice a lot of aftermarket covers actually have reliefs for this to sit inside of. Pretty sure ours does, being it already has a gear drive on our other motor. All right, guys and gals, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a minute here. We're going to straighten the shop up. And we're going to get that El Camino pulled in here so we can get that motor yanked out of that baby. And the transmission. We'll click you back on when we're ready. Alright, guys and gals, here we go. We got our spot open here in the shop. We're going to get Karman pulled in here. We're going to fire this baby up for the last time with its old motor. Here we go. Well, I'd say it's just in the nick of time we got this gal in here. Alright, guys, go. Here we go. Let's get started on today's project. on, Beanie. Let's get this gal warmed up. We'll get going. We're getting Karman back together. First, we gotta tear it apart. All right, guys and gals, here we go. Let's get this baby torn apart. First thing we're gonna do, disconnect the battery. under the El Camino. We're getting everything disconnected under here. We're gonna drop our starter, our oil filter, get our headers disconnected, our exhaust dropped down. We're getting this baby ready to yank on out of here. We'll click you back on when we get the cherry picker hooked up. All right, guys and gals, here we are. We're taking our last motor mount bolt out. Got our tranny bolts out, got our lines disconnected, got all our wiring disconnected, got our cherry picker hooked up. We're getting ready to yank this baby out. We'll get you set up here. We'll get this baby pulled out. Click you back on when we're ready. All right, let's see what happens. We got her free. We're gonna turn this off so we have room to swing over here. Get this baby put on the stand. We'll click it back on when we're done. All right, guys and gals, I'm not gonna lie, that got a little hairy there for a second. I usually use this cherry picker and I'm able to leave the hood on when I use the carb lift plate. This guy, for some unknown reason, forgot about that slight little detail. Thank God we had the overhead engine crane here for us to be able to get this baby down. Had to get a little link of chain here. That's what's got me worried right now. All right, we got this baby out. We're going to take our parts off we need. We're going to carry it on with putting our motor back together. We'll click you back on when I go change my pants. I pooped myself a little there, I ain't gonna lie. That was sketchy. But we're all right, we're in one piece. I see you, Moose.
Hey.
Taking a break, bud?
I'm trying not to poop.
Wave to people. All right. All right, guys and gals, here you go. I got a little stressful there for a moment. Let's show them the car here. Got the motor pulled out. Now what we're going to do, we're going to get the transmission, the converter pulled out, drop all that down, clean all this up. We're going to finish cleaning up our parts tonight, scraping everything we need, cleaning everything we need, polishing everything we have to go back on, and just going over our checklist, get this baby ready to drop back in. All right, guys and gals, you know why we do it. For the love of hot rods and horsepower. Go out there and get yourself a project. Start enjoying it. The dog's eating a wrapper. Candy wrapper. We'll catch you on the next one.